Check this 75 convertible Caprice. Been sitting in the woods 28 years, y'all. Unmolested. Yeah, baby. We got a roller, baby. We got a roller.
Hey, drag that toolbox the other way.
Straight the wheel. A little bit of air in the tire, just a little bit. Got both donks in the garage now, man. Whenever we pull the car out the woods, man, we tore that up in there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that sucker's tore up in there. So what we gonna do, now that we got the steering column out, we wanna go ahead and start breaking this guy down so that we can replace the defective parts and we can get it all cleaned up, put back together. There it is right there, man. Got a whole steering column right there, man. That's what it looked like, man. Actually looked pretty good. We fixed the switch mechanism to work like it's supposed to. We re-greased up all the moving pieces inside. We replaced the signal switch, replaced the ignition switch. We also replaced the neutral safety switch. I want to share with y'all today how I was able to fix my steering column, rebuild it, clean it up, paint it, and make it like it was brand new, YouTube. Better than brand new. I'm just saying, hey, you ain't got to pay nobody to do this kind of work. Hey, you could do it yourself with a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, and a little bit of effort. Hey, man, you could do it. And just to let y'all know, I ain't never rebuilt no steering column before. Ain't never fixed no steering column before. But I did it. And I know if I can, guess what? You can too, YouTube. But first, I want to ask you a question. How would you like to know how to do an LS swap in an old school car that run like this? I'm satisfied, YouTube, YouTube. Looking at maybe almost 600 horsepower. We ain't put it on the dyno yet, YouTube. We did our own wiring. And we show y'all how to do the wiring, YouTube. Step by step. We did our fuel system. We show you how to do the fuel system as well. Step by step, YouTube. Everything you need to know. Now let's swap, baby. Make sure you watch this video all the way through. Make sure you click that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on your notification bell. That way you see all the videos when we post them. And I need for you to drop me a comment in the comment section and say I'm riding with Chevys R Us, Tone. Let Chevys R Us help you do your LS swap, YouTube. We a family, man. We gonna do this thing together. Y'all ready? Let's get it, YouTube. YouTube. This your boy, Tone, coming back at y'all one more again, YouTube, with another great video on Chevys R Us, man. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Let's get it, YouTube. Now that we got the steering column out, the 75 convertible Caprice Classic, we want to go ahead and start breaking this guy down so that we can replace the defective parts and we can get it all cleaned up, put back together, and get reinstalled in our 75 convertible Caprice Classic. Now, as you all see, we've already taken off a few components of the steering column. We actually did that while the steering column was inside of the vehicle, which includes the steering wheel, the locking plate, the signal switch, and one or two other components. So first things first, I want y'all to take a look at how we broke down the parts that's already off. And then we're gonna come back to breaking the rest of this steering column down. So let's take a look at that real quick, YouTube. We gotta get this steering wheel off. And in order to do that, it's two Phillips screws on the back side here. They actually go in right here and right here. I got one side off, I got this side off, but this side was just rusted, so I couldn't get it off, so I just bent it out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, and I already took this nut off right here. As y'all can see, I already took the nut off. Got the nut sitting right there. And now I'm getting ready to thread this steering wheel puller in here. These was thread in here like this. Let me put the phone down and show y'all. All right, YouTube, man, look at that. I'm going to spray a little double PB blast in them holes. Oh, that wrong hole right there. Right there for the steering wheel. All right, YouTube, man, look at that, look at that. Just showing y'all how I was able to thread that sucker in there, man, and get the steering wheel off. So that's it right there, YouTube. Got the steering wheel off. So my next thing is I'm gonna take a Phillips screwdriver and get this cover off. Be back in a minute. All right, YouTube. I got this cover off. This cover was just on like this, and it had 3 screws in it. And so I just took those 3 screws out and just kind of popped this cover off right here. There go the 3 screws right there. So I'm just gonna sit that right there. And now this is the locking plate right here. So I'm gonna get my lock plate compressor, and I'm gonna show you how to install that. And I'll be back in a minute, YouTube. All right. I'm also gonna get a flathead screwdriver so that I can apply this lock ring off of here. So be back in a minute. All right, YouTube, this right here is a lock plate remover. Only thing this thing does is just screw onto this thing like this. That's it. You screw onto this right here like that. That's it. That's it. That screws on, just like that. Get that screwed all the way on. Then this goes like this. You just screw this down like this. And it compresses this little plate to where you're able to get this little lock ring off right there. Y'all see that? So let me put the phone down. I'm gonna screw this down. That way it'll compress this plate down. And then I can get that off, that little lock ring off. So I'll be right back in a minute. All right, YouTube. Once you get the locking plate off, you have the switch, the signal switch in here. And the signal switch is connected to these 3 bolts right here. You got 1, 2, and 3. And then you just kind of pull it over this, man, and let it hang down to the side. I'm gonna take off is this ignition switch, and it's held on by these 2 little bolts here. So I'm gonna let you know what size they are in a minute. Maybe when I take this off, this whole little piece right here will come off, because I think it won't come out because it's stuck inside of here. So we're gonna take this off first, YouTube. All right, so let's do that, and we'll be back in a minute. Bolts off right here, both of them are 5/16. So I'm just gonna get these guys off right here. Put that screw right there. Now look at this right here. Looks like that just sticks in there. So I'm thinking, yeah, that just sticks in there, that little hole right there. Y'all see that? You know, I think that thing is stuck. That thing is stuck. It won't even move, y'all. Yeah, this thing is rusted, froze, y'all. So now this should just slide right off now. If it don't, we'll have to see what's going on with it. See? There you go. Gonna turn that like that. Let me make sure. Get that down in there. Yep. There you go right there, YouTube. And man, as y'all can see, man, that sucker's all tore up in there. It's all tore up. Look at that. That's what my problem is right there. Y'all see that? Tore up, y'all. So we got to get that fixed, YouTube. We got all of these new parts right here. These parts that I busted, this gear. And hopefully they work. Hopefully they fit. So let me get a Phillips screwdriver so I can take this top piece off right here, y'all. All right, YouTube. I figured out what the problem is. It don't look like we're gonna be able to use what we ordered because that gear is different. And it look like the setup is set up slightly different, y'all. So we're not gonna be able to use this guy. But what I think I'm gonna be able to do, we're gonna fix this guy. Oh, you know what? Okay, he's not broke. He's not broke. So yeah, well, that's what we're gonna do, YouTube. Yup. Right there. Only thing we gotta do is straighten this out. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply a little heat to this with the torch. And then we're gonna bend it straight, YouTube. We're gonna put it back in there and see what it'll do. You know what I'm saying? So let's do that and we'll be back in a minute, YouTube. Got the little pin right here. Finna just apply some heat to it. That way it'll bend easy, y'all. Man, this is what we got, man. I want y'all to see. Check that out. Y'all see that? Y'all see how all that's greased down up in there? Look at that. It turns really easy, y'all. That's the way it's supposed to operate. It's nice and greased up. And that's it. That's the way it's supposed to work. It's gonna push this rod up and down like this, see? All right, let me explain to y'all what we got. We got a signal switch, this right here. We also got a ignition switch that mounts right here. The signal switch goes down inside of here. And then we got the safety neutral switch, which goes right here, y'all. What we gonna do is we're not gonna put these electronic parts on yet. So now that we got this greased up, we got it fixed, we got it working like it's supposed to. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take these old parts out. We're gonna sand this thing down and we're gonna paint it. And that way it could be all nice and tight, YouTube. But we're gonna clean it up and paint it on the next video now that we've got this thing fixed. So we got this greased up, this little shaft, we got it greased up. We got grease down in here. And we also got the bearings on the front right there greased up as well. So that's all we need, YouTube. I'm gonna take the blower and blow out of there. Show you what we picked up from the auto part, not the auto parts store, but the paint store today. Know what I'm saying? We got some of this brown right here. It's called gloss leather brown. Yeah, man, this is not the same color, but this color looks really good and I like it. So I'm gonna go with this particular color right here, YouTube. And then we also got some gloss black. And then we also got some of this clear, Color Max Clear. This is a gloss crystal clear coat to spray on top of the paint, YouTube. So we got that. And then we also picked up some of this Scotch Brite, the burgundy in color. You know what I'm saying? You can just take this and scuff it up and prep it for that paint. You know what I'm saying? This is a real good this is a real good item to prep the surface for paint. What we gonna do, man, we gonna get this thing Scotch Brite down and we're gonna sand it up. Make sure it's ready for paint, YouTube. So we're gonna spend some time roughing the surface up, getting it ready. And after we do that, we're gonna clean it up. So let's do that first. YouTube, man, I got a couple of high rust spots on here. So what I do is I switch from the Scotch Brite to a piece of 150, 120 grit sandpaper. And I'm just gonna use this 120 grit sandpaper to knock off the rust spots so that they smooth, YouTube. So we're gonna go from there. We'll be back in a minute. All right, YouTube. This bracket right here is in the way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this bracket off right here, YouTube. So. Got a little bit of purple power right here. And a wet rag, damp rag. Kind of clean it down real good. Get all the dirt and the grease off of it before we paint it. So, me finish doing this. I'll be back with y'all in a minute, YouTube. Yeah. Take this safety neutral switch off before I paint it, YouTube. Gonna take this off real quick. Damn, right there. Let that dry about 10 minutes, then I put another coat on it, YouTube. Alright, YouTube, now that that top part is dry, I'm just gonna take this off right here, and I'm gonna slide this up. Then I'm gonna paint the other end. Cover this end up. I'm gonna paint that in. First, I'm gonna paint that in. Now I let this dry. Then I cover this and I paint this part right here, YouTube. Be back in a minute. All right, YouTube. As you all can see, I just finished painting and putting clear coat on the black part. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this dry off first, and then I'm gonna cover it, and then I'm gonna paint the brown part, YouTube. So I'll be back in a minute. All right. Keep that in there. Put that back on. Just cleaning it up real good. Just sprayed it down with some degreaser. Just cleaning it up real good. Then I'm gonna take this off. Then I'm gonna spray the brown part, YouTube. Do it like that right there, right? I'm kind of take my nail and kind of press it around there like that. I'm gonna spray the first coat on that and spray the second coat on that right there, YouTube. Let's get it. Oh man, that looks beautiful. That looks beautiful, YouTube. Oh yeah, oh my God, that looks beautiful. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. That looks great. We're just gonna hit it with a quick light coat. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna hit it heavy. Just real light. And then after it dry, then we'll come back and hit it with a second coat, YouTube. Wow, man, that looks beautiful. That's what I'm talking about, YouTube. All right, YouTube. Now that we got all the parts painted, got everything working like it's supposed to, man, we're gonna get this thing put back together. Let me show y'all what was actually broken down up inside of here. Let me take this off. So if you see this little wheel, this little gear right here, it's a little metal rod that goes into the column right there. This thing right here was bent. It was bent and it wouldn't move because the rod was bent and none of this stuff would move. As you can see, it moves clearly, freely now. That's because I heated it up and bent it back straight. And you know, this thing right here, these are the screws that come off to get this whole mechanism right here off, you know. And you just gotta be careful. Take note of how things are put together. Do some pictures, do a video, and make sure you pay close attention to how it's put together. That way you can, when you take it apart, you can put it back together, YouTube. So first things first, let's get the gear shifting housing on. Let's put this on. This goes on like this. This goes to the right. So it's gonna go on like that. It only go on one way. We're gonna slide this down over there. It'll only go on one way, YouTube. And that's it. That's it. That's on there. So that piece is on there. Screws right here. And then this goes right in like that. All right, YouTube. This piece actually gave me a little trouble getting this piece on because it's actually got some spring-loaded clips in here that you know what I'm saying? It got some spring-loaded clips and it was pressing against this spring-loaded tension and give me some trouble, but I finally got it. I got it put together, you know what I'm saying, like it's supposed to. It's all the way down, it's even, and it's all tight. And so the next thing that I'm gonna do is put the ignition switch back on, and then I'm gonna put this bracket on. And this, if I can remember correctly, goes just like this. It goes right in there. All right, YouTube. I got this ignition switch in there. You know, y'all hear it? See the rod going now. Yep. That's it, YouTube. It's working the way it's supposed to. So next thing next, let's see if we can get this bolted in. So we'll be right back in a minute. All right, YouTube. Got the signal switch mounted up in there. It just runs right along underneath here, inside of that loom right there. And boom, just plugs in here. So now what's next is I got this spring here. And then this goes here. Actually, I'm gonna put the signal switch thing in first. So let me get that and I'll be right back with y'all. All right, YouTube, I'm gonna put the turn signal lever back in. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install this and I'm gonna install the locking plate. Get that set, I'll be back in a second. All right, YouTube, I got the turn signal canceling cam and the locking plate. I got it all lined up. So the only thing I gotta do now is just get this little lock ring on. So I'm just gonna poke it just in like here. Use a screwdriver, little flathead screwdriver to kind of ply it and push it. That's it. Should be able to come off now. Look at that, YouTube. Got it in now. Y'all see that, YouTube? And with the key in the lock position, can't turn it. See that? Work like it's supposed to, YouTube. Next thing next, I think the horn might be on the wired horn wire might be on the steering wheel. Like this. Goes down in. Just pushes in there just like that, YouTube. Y'all see that, man? Got that thing in there. Got the horn wire in there. Next thing next, I'm gonna clean this off. Then we're gonna clean this steering wheel up, YouTube. We're gonna go from there. Here you go, YouTube. Y'all see that, man? Look at that thing there, man. All right, YouTube. There it is right there, man. Got a whole steering column right there, man. That's what it looked like, man. Actually looked pretty good. I'm gonna replace this and replace this right here with fresh chrome. But that's an easy replacement. But yeah, man, check it out, man. It look good. It's gonna work just as good as it looked too. So what we did, we fixed the switch mechanism to work like it's supposed to. We fixed it. We re-greased up all the moving pieces inside. We replaced the signal switch inside of the steering column. We replaced the ignition switch, and we also replaced the neutral safety switch. And then we also greased this guy up down here. So, man, we got us a brand new steering column, YouTube. So the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to get this steering column back inside of this 75 convertible Caprice. That way we can crank this baby up. We haven't heard it run yet, man. It was sitting in the woods for 28 years. We rescued it from out the woods after 28 years. If you have not seen that video, man, make sure y'all check it out. Click in that top right corner. But yeah, we're going to be working on this baby. So y'all look forward to that video, man, of us trying to crank this 75 Caprice up after 28 years. Man, if you like this video, make sure y'all go ahead and click that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on your notification bell. That way you see all our videos when we post them. And that way you can also make sure you can keep up with our 75 convertible Caprice Classic. And also the 72 convertible Impala LS3 swap. We're going to be doing the most inexpensive LS swap ever. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in with us. All right? You too.